What are the best head matches for Barbie Looks number 18? Coming up after this. If you haven't seen my already very detailed video and review of Barbie Looks number 18, definitely check that out. Today we are going to be focusing on what heads work best. And I guess mostly my favorite heads. I'm going to open up this other one that I have. I wanted to keep it in box, but I can't do it because I need the body, and the more I play with it, the more I need an extra body, the more I need more. I hope that more come available. I hope they make so many that they become stagnant on the market, because this is a superior body to any we've ever received from Mattel ever before. It is the best Ken to date. I don't think there could be any argument, and he does seem to be extremely popular on social media, so I think most people would agree with that. But one thing that I will point out is a difference that I noticed that I never pointed out in the last video, is that the shoulders of this Superman Batman body, so if you are unaware of that line, this is the muscular body for Ken that we had up until this Barbie Looks number 18. And I don't have an example of Superman in the box, but this was his head. And the Batman head on this is not very cool. I didn't bring one because it's not one of my favorite heads to use. And this Batman is very interesting. Check out my review of this as well. He has a chest plate that makes him actually even bigger, which is very odd. But I guess they had to make him bigger than Superman for some reason. And okay, so shoulders, you can see that there's just a little bit more detail. And look, it doesn't look like it in the camera. You can see that they're a little more bulbous. They go out a little bit further than these ones. And I mean, he might look a little smaller. It might help from his head. I could see it. You can see more, I don't know, right now when I'm looking at them in this camera, they look the same size, but maybe you can tell. When I look at it with good light, I can see that maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong. Now I can't see it. Last night when I was taking pictures, I thought I could see that this shoulder was bigger. Now when I'm looking at it, sometimes this shoulder even looks bigger. So maybe it is the same shoulder. I don't know. I like the finish of this weird chest crunch, which I guess gives a little bit of articulation. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't pivot back and forth like the other doll. We talked about that. Love these hands. One of the biggest flaws with this doll, I don't know, I dropped this one today. I never noticed that the crack was so bad here. I've been very, very careful with these dolls because the lag will break off. You can see that it is really cracking, and the plastic is different. This is such a nice, I don't know how to describe it. It feels like a softer plastic, a thicker plastic. This seems more hollow. This seems like it's solid, even if it's not. It's probably a thicker mold, but it seems super sturdy. And I need as many of these as I can get. They are currently sold out everywhere online that I know about, but hopefully they make more than anyone knows what to do with. Gotta try to cut him out without destroying his outfit or anything. Oh, his head's stapling there. And, I guess I have to take a little break to get him heated up to take off the head, because you probably want to see me change the heads on one of these dolls, which we're really talking about. instead of changing it on one of these dolls, which are the Superman Batman body. They are the same skin color. They're just, one is more glossy, one is more matte, but they are pretty much the same skin tone. They just appear not to be. Now, the heads that work with these are your black label, your pink label, and any Ken from the early 2000s, like this Ken. I don't know, sometimes they made the necks different, so this is something that we have to take into account. See how there is a higher neck and a lower neck. It seems to be okay. Where's the necks of today go up a little further. The necks of yesterday go down. This is the quintessential Ken of the 90s. The skin tone is a match. And like I said, recently, in recent years, they don't use the skin tone very much. This is an example of the one time that we have gotten this skin tone that is not in a collector line. But let me heat up his head, and we will get all of these heads. I'll show you my favorites, and maybe I'll show some of your favorites too. I'm going to cut off these pegs because the little hooks on the end, because they do stop the heads from coming off as easily, and it'll be good for this video. And it's not that I don't like this head. It's just that there are so many other heads that I like more than this one. It's cool. That's why I need another one of these to have this face. But the heads are a little smaller. They don't really fit into scale with some of the dolls that I have. So that is why I need to have a Hunter Huntsman and a whatever this guy, I forget what his name is, Prince Charming. Why I Dexter and oh my goodness, I can't think of his name right now. I need the size head because when you stick one of these dolls with a Wild Hearts Crew doll, it doesn't look like it can play in the same line. They look ridiculous together. This does not look good. We need these heads so they can have boyfriends, so I need to have Wild Hearts Crew boyfriends. I can't take these heads off anymore. Their holes are very, very tight, much tighter, especially Hunter here. I really had to squish him to get him onto the last body I had him on, and he is, he's fragile and very special, not easy to find. I do have one or two in box, though, that I might have to open because this is now my favorite doll that I own. This mashup between, and right now I am obsessed with Wild Hearts Crew, so I needed a boyfriend for the Wild Hearts Crew. I have two boyfriends. He needs a better body now. I showed you that scary knee thing that can happen. Also, the hips are not as good. There's not as much articulation on these. They're not made as sturdy. I've mentioned. Let's get on to the head sculpts. My favorite head sculpts. And I mean, I like the ones without hair, but I have brought in some with hair to help you because I know that you would. So as you can see, you've already seen these heads floating around. This is Video Game Hero Ken, one of my favorite heads. It is so unique, such a unique character. Maybe it's big enough to fit with Wild Hearts Crew. It's a little smaller, out of scale with that, but I do have a special video where he will be featured coming up really soon. He will be having this body for sure. This will be a combination I will be using plenty. Yeah, that looks so good. Such a great match. Such a very cool line of anime kind of looking heads. Okay, so here is a classic early 2000s head. This is your very handsome, hunky Ken, looking like, I don't know, maybe a little too model-y. But I know this is definitely a favorite, and you can see even with the longer neck peg, still looks good. He's got a longer neck because of his extra bonus neck, but it is still looking good. A perfect skin match as well. I know that that would be a favorite head because many kids from that genre are on today. This is also a match. Like every can that was made in the early 2000s was put on this skin tone, so you should be able to find one. This is also a favorite. It's a little different from this suave one, but this is the most common one. I got these for their hands. Every time I would find one in a thrift store, I would have to buy it because I needed to replace the closed fist Superman hands with another hand. This is not a version of that hand. This hand did get a little too melted. I did it with a hairdryer. Never do it with a hairdryer because the thumbs can melt. But sometimes these hands look a little too small. Here's an example of Dexter's brother wearing it. Daring Charming. Is that what his name is? The hand does look small sometimes. I don't know. It's looking pretty good in the camera right now. You kind of want to get the ones from the Collector Series hands. Oh yeah, here's a good example of that, where I got the hands from the Collector Series. Anyway, that doesn't matter anymore because we've got even a better hand. The hands that come with this number 18 are amazing. They can hold stuff. They also look relaxed when they're down to the side. This is like the perfect hand. Mattel has outdone themselves with this body. It's hunky, it's chunky, it also fits all of these heads. Dating Fun Ken looks military without his wigs on. I like him just like that. In fact, I have one of these. I have another head of this that was a little banged up and stained, and I had put it on a Superman body with a broken off leg. So he's got like one of these legs broke off. So I do use him with a wheelchair. I use him as a war veteran. And because this military cut, Ken never looked so good. Again, he has one of the longer necks, but it is the perfect skin tone for this body, and this is a favorite head of mine. A lot has to do with the very short hair, and I don't have to contend with hair. The shorter the hair is on a doll, the worse it looks. And this is a hard head. Most of them have been pretty soft. Oh, I'm struggling. I don't want to hurt this head. This one's very special. This is my second one of these, and it's in perfect condition. I can't make it stained. Did I mention that this head matches this awesome merman head? I have it in a ponytail. Again, I'm controlling the hair, but I can't get over how awesome this head is with the white hair. He is definitely one of my favorite heads. Do I take it off here? This head could come off. I don't know what this body is. Maybe I should keep it on this. This is a pretty good body. I do like to keep the closed fist on some of these, so we do have flexing opportunities. But oh yeah, I do have to change this hand on here anyway. Oh yeah, and also this is the one, the leg is breaking, so either I have to figure out a way to fix all of those, because I don't want to. I have so many of these Batman and Superman bodies. I don't want to throw them out, but if these are readily available, I'd much rather have these bodies. All right, here is one of the biggest surprise. This Skipper's boyfriend. I love this head on this body. It is such a good color tone. He's one of the only Playline dolls to have this skin tone. It gives him, he looks like I don't know, he does look like a beefed up teenager, but it always surprises me how good this head looks on this body. It is a favorite. I've done some Instagram pictures with that in the past. Like I said, this is one of the only fashionistas that have this color skin tone, at least one that I paid attention to. Maybe some of the petites that I am ignoring. There are some others. There's definitely some others, but it is oddly an uncommon skin tone in the most recent years. But this is one that matches, and this is a favorite head for sure. Molded on Mohawky is super cool. And I don't know if it's good for me to be taking these off and on. Now, the head that I use, oh yeah, this was supposed to be a segue. So this can came with all kinds of wigs, and I have taken out the hair of this Owen because the face looked so much like mine. I guess it's kind of cranky. He looks so good with the wig on. Looks even more like me because of the bushy hair, and I don't like to play with the hair. This one is very molded down, the hair and everything, but this might be an option. This is what you might choose. I know that this is a favorite doll now, and it is a perfect skin tone. He looks so good like that, even though I prefer not to use them. We also have Ryan from the 90s. Wait, his skin tone's a little darker. He might be a better match for I just grabbed him at the last minute. He's, I don't know, he's not really Max Steel dark, but yeah, he's definitely darker. I think we already knew that Ryan was darker. You could get away with it, but not the best match. Superman, of course, came on this same skin tone, so he matches well. Very good. He has kind of a pea head. His head's kind of small. And then, this is a great head. The Wonder Woman head is a great head for that, and especially because this neck is longer, sometimes this head can look funny on a shorter necked doll, but he is a good color match for this, even though he is looking a little jaundice, but still this is looking more pale. But it is a good head match, and it is a good neck length for him, which is not always the case. This is a very good head. I do like this head. I should use that more. And then that also brings us to, what haven't I showed you? Disney dolls. So Disney dolls, either you might have seen in my last video where I redid this Finn. This is such a perfect match. It looks so good on them. But also the Disney ones before Mattel lost the license back a few years ago, they were making the boys often in this color. So you can see Prince Eric here, looking real good in those blue shorts. That is his color. That is also a fantastic look for these if you are a Disney fan and you want a highly articulated doll. I hope you enjoyed this video on what heads are available for your favorite Kens. I'm really happy. I need more of these bodies. I'm glad did you see how easy that was to take off and on these heads? So I'm quite glad about that. I guess the peg is nice and thick and strong because it is in a boy's head. We've got a nice big thick tight peg here, so I'm not having a lot of stress going on with that. Hopefully I don't see that this just feels like a different type of plastic. The legs aren't going to break off. And it's so good. And then now I'm unsure about the shoulders. I was convinced that the shoulders were bigger. You know what? I'm looking at it now, and I am seeing that the shoulders are bigger on the Superman Ken. So I think I was right about that. They're just, can you tell? Can you see? It's not that big of a difference, but 100% better body. If you can get your hands on this, you can see how many possibilities, even if you don't like the Tate head. There's so many awesome heads that work with this. All of your favorite collector dolls will fit on it. We'll see you next time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Can I choose a favorite? I can't choose a favorite. I mean, I've already chosen a favorite. I've put this head on. This is his permanent head. It's not ever coming off. This combination is staying together forever. Hunter, huntsman, dating all of the Wild Hearts crew girls. Match made in heaven. And he even has a friend to join him. It's so funny because he has hair. I don't like that. But I can't. It's long enough I've been styling it like I have to style my own, have to add product to it, or it doesn't stay in check. But right now it's got, enough product in that even when it's messy, it's looking good. I don't know. I have even modeled my hair, my latest hairdo after this. To tell you the truth, I had this hairdo before Hunter had this hairdo, and he has inspired me to bring it back again. Back before he was not even available, not even thought of, was when I was rocking this hairdo in the early, the I don't know when to call, the 2000 teens. But very cool hairdo. He's hip, he's cool, he's muscular. Love it. But out of all these other heads, this is my second favorite. I guess this is where we're going. Well, I can't say that because I love this head. Like, I can swap these every once in a while. Oh, I love this head. I love this head. I love this head. Oh, and both Disney heads are awesome. Oh, man. Oh, and then there's the mini-me head. What am I going to do? Oh, I can't. Oh, no. Oh, no. I need at least 10. If you want to donate these bodies to me, there's an address in my about page. Please send them to Toohunky. He needs as many of these bodies as possible because it's hard on the heads to rip them off and put them on all the time, and I can only play with one dolly at the same time, though, right? Oh, this head is amazing. This is an amazing head. Amazing head. Okay, we can't keep doing this.